sequence is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start.
Actual emergency.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hello, space dogs. Amazing. Immediately, I make a mistake, right? And I step on the center panel to start. Well, maybe I'll just play then. We'll just play. We'll just play one, and then I'll say hello and do intros and all that jazz after. Just go with it, right? So this is probably, so the main content of this stream is going to be pretty small, I think, because Premiere has only 6 songs, 6 new songs that are all like covers of songs that were, I guess, popular in 2001 when this came out. Pop songs. Yeah. So I guess let's get right to it, right? No, hold on. Of course, if I get a bonus stage, I will have gone through 2/3 of the new content already, like immediately. Oh, 95 BPM. I probably should have given this an extra speed to a 3 or 4. I might have to crank this up to crazy as well. Unless crazy is just like ridiculously hard. Anyway, hello to Parody and Regen. Hey Tim. And Polestar, I guess formerly Ristar. and Kenan, Tester, Tiarmazi. Wow, everybody's here. I tried to start early today, both for scheduling reasons, but also people have been asking if I could start a little bit earlier for people in other time zones. So, here we go. You're confused as to why the bar flickers out randomly. I don't know that it's random. It just flickers all the damn time. Oh, this is even slower. I should pay more attention. I guess I've just gotten so used to just playing everything on 2x because it's been reasonable up to this point.
Gonna start a fight. I know this can be right. Hey, baby, come on. I loved you endlessly when you were there for me. So now it's time to leave and make it alone. I know that I can't take no more. It ain't no lie. I wanna see you out that door, baby. Bye bye.
Hope I remember the step codes changed. I did remember the step codes changed. Is that not speed? I thought that was speed. Because that's like the modern speed code, right? Or is it too early for the modern speed code? I thought it was. Because I thought we ended up with the new style, the new speed codes in extra. Oh, but it's different in this, because of course it is. Some bitch. Okay, well, now I know.
They say around the way you've asked for me. There's even talk about you wanting me. I must admit that's what I want.
Well, that explains why this is so painfully slow.
But that's just talking till you take me there. Oh, if it's true, leave me all alone out here. Wondering if you're ever gonna take me there. Tell me what you're feeling, 'cause I need to know. Girl, you gotta let me know which way to go. 'Cause I need to know. Tell me, baby girl, 'cause I need to know. I need to know. Tell me, baby girl, 'cause I need to know. My every thought is on.
Hey, at least this shirt is kind of fun.
It's getting harder not to think of you. Girl, I'm exactly where I wanna be. 'cause I need to know.
Okay, so that's funny that they, like, changed the codes in extra.
Yeah, I know you can.
But then they changed it to something else for the premiere, and then, like, once we get to Exceed, they changed it to the extra codes, I guess. Yeah, okay, so, son of a... Amazing. Which I guess that means that we're not, okay, so if it's having me do that, so I can't change mode after I'm already in a game, I mean.
Here we go.
Well, then what the heck does synchro do?
Let's get loud. Let's get loud. Ain't nobody gotta tell ya what you gotta do. If you wanna live your life, live it all the way and don't you waste it. Every feeling, every beat can be so very sweet. You gotta taste it. You gotta do it. You gotta do it your way. You gotta prove it.
Uh-oh. Is that what it does?
You gonna do? You didn't know I could do that, did you? Yeah, I know you can.
Okay. Anyway, a couple of things. So you may have noticed that I did not put any intro video on the stream. I didn't put like the intro movie for the game, and that's because I would say it doesn't have one, but I'm pretty sure there is one on the disc. Although it looks just like, if not. It looks very similar to one that came before it. But when I was getting all of this set up, it literally never played it. Because the attract mode of this game is completely broken. Because you'll notice, okay, so there's no credit, right? And it goes into how to play, which is whatever. I mean, that's acceptable, I suppose. But then, what is this shit? It's acting like the game has started, right? Except it says player 1 not ready, player 2 not ready, and like it can. The steps are active. The animation for the top arrows works, but not for the bottom. But you can't actually do anything. You just wait for time to run out. And then it's like, cool. We're playing a game now, right? And same thing here. Like, can't actually do anything, although it is alive. Like, it can tell I'm stepping on things. But so if when it times out, it'll act like it chose the song. But what it does is like not reasonable at all. Because I thought like, oh well, maybe this is just their like easy way to do demo mode. We'll just like autoplay it or something. But nope, that's not what they did at all. So you wait for it to load, la-di-da-di-da, and then you immediately fail.
Why don't you just get up and dance, man?
And then we're back to the Endemira logo, and again, you would expect there to be the title animation here, or the title movie, but nope, just straight to the title screen. Now, something that's somewhat interesting, this time it should actually go through a demo like you would expect, like actually demo a song as a like normal. So we'll just let it go there. I put in the random speed code. Well, that is clearly what I did. Oh, I see. I tapped the wrong arrow. It needs to be upper left, not upper right. Amazing. I'm so smart. This is good stuff. So yeah, and Prex is the same way. I mean, as far as I can tell, Prex is just add back the extra songs and make the title screen blue. Otherwise, like engine-wise, it seems to be exactly the same. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and turn demo. Hello. I'm going to turn demo sound off. Oh, that's heartening. That inspires confidence. The game also crashed on me a few times during setup, so this could be real interesting. Oh, here's one other thing that I did notice during setup. Oh yeah, it shows the Endemira logo twice when you come out of test mode, because of course it does. Oh, is it not gonna even get to the demo now? Anyway, just as a quick while we're waiting on this thing, I will just kind of repeat a story that I've told a little bit on a few of these previous streams, that the Premier is actually the very first pump that I ever played. So it probably would have been around this time, you know, in 2001, 2002 time period. And I remember it was at a Dave & Buster's in Hawaii. And I mean, I had been playing DDR for, you know, about a year or so. So I knew, like, the concept of a music game, of a dance game, was familiar to me. But I had never seen Pump It Up before, and I didn't know, I didn't even know it existed at the time. But I'm like, oh yeah, this is a dance game. I you know, I understand what this is like, or I understand how this is supposed to work, and I'm like, oh, it's 5 panels, okay, cool. And I remember it was on a DX cabinet, so, like, you know, the huge 50-inch rear projection monitor. I also remember this was really. This is a sidebar story about that experience. I think that might have been the first time I'd ever been to a Dave & Buster's. Oh, it's interesting. I guess it's not playing the demo anymore since I turned the audio off. That's fine. Anyway, and that particular Dave & Buster's in Hawaii was charging a cover charge. Like, you had to pay, I think it was $2 to get in at the door. And then they handed you a card, right? A game card that had $2 on it. So it's like, okay, that's cool. You know, I'm at least not getting nothing for my entry fee. But the card was this, like, red and white striped card that said non-rechargeable. So basically, you would play, you first of all, many of the games that were there were more than $2, but even the ones that weren't, you know, you could play, you know, like maybe a 50-cent game or a 75-cent game or something like that. But then once, you know, once you were down to nothing, or if you only had like a quarter left on the card, it was useless because you couldn't recharge it to add more money, and there was nothing, you know, on the floor that cost only 25 cents. So it was just like, you're boned. And then when you wanted to buy like a regular card, they still charged you for like the new card fee, even though they had handed you this non-rechargeable card at the door. And it's just like, what is this about? Like, it seemed like a gigantic waste of plastic, really, more than anything. I've never had that experience again at a Dave & Buster's or anywhere else. So I don't know if that was unique to the particular, like, if that was unique to Hawaii Dave & Buster's, or if it was like because of it was a certain time of day, you know, like busy hours or something like that, or what, or if that's just something that they did back then and they don't do it anymore. I don't know, but it was a rather annoying first impression. Like, I've had plenty of good experiences at Dave & Buster's since, but that first one was definitely like a, what? This doesn't make any sense. Why are you making me do this? But Redstone, you said Premiere doesn't have an intro video because it's not supposed to. So I've seen a video online, so I think that one exists, and I would not be surprised if it exists on the disc. And like I said, it looked virtually identical to either, I forget whether it was Extra or the one before that, which I've already forgotten. Was that the collection or perfect collection, the video that I saw looked basically the same as that, except that at the end of it, it had the Premiere logo instead of the other game's logo. So, like, it's not a huge loss if that is indeed the real intro video. But given how broken this attract mode is, I wouldn't be surprised if that video is on here and it just never gets played because they boned it up. So, Yaladre, to answer your question, is the DMB at Hawaii good? I mean, after that initial, like, experience of having to basically throw $2 away, my recollection of it was that it was good, but that was also literally 20 plus years ago now, so I have no idea how it is at this point. Yeah, and Redstone, I see you're talking about 2DX and Beatmania 3. I mean, so I have a 2DX machine. I've done a few streams from it, if you look at my history. I have a friend that has a Beatmania 3 machine, so I'm familiar with them. They are very nice looking machines, for sure. And you're talking about all the effectors. It's kind of funny. Not 2DX, but Beatmania 3 literally just has like a rack mount DJ effector box like inside the cabinet. So when you're, futzing with all the knobs and stuff, they literally just threw an off the shelf audio component inside the cabinet. So you're just messing with that basically. For 2DX, it's being done in software, but and that's why there aren't as many effects, and they aren't that interesting comparatively. But yeah, I mean, so Yaladre, if you're going to Hawaii, I mean, if I was going to Hawaii soon, I would certainly go back and check it out. But, like, honestly, like I said, it's been 20 years since I was there. I don't even know if it still exists. I assume it does, but it's hard to say. Anyway, one other thing I was going to show. So let me, for fun, let's turn demo sound back on. Oh, why is it in event mode? Did I do that? Maybe that's why the demo has been different. Or maybe the settings just got screwed up. I don't know. That was another thing that was another funny thing that happened when I first put the game in. It came up and credits. It said 0, and then in parentheses it said like 0 of, I think it was 85. So it was like 85 credits to start a game. Which is not even an option in the operator menu. You have, I think, 10 coins is the maximum. So, like, obviously, some memory data for the settings was had gotten corrupted or something, and that was, and it was giving it like a bogus setting. But yeah, it had set itself up so that on coin 1, it would take 85 credits to start a game, and then on coin 2, 1 credit or 1 coin would give you 52 credits. Of course, I don't even have a coin 2 on my cabinet, so like whatever. But it was pretty funny. Anyway, here's what I was going to show you. So like I said, as you can see, like nothing's actually working. But if you do put a credit in, okay, you're in. This is it. Let's go. So it doesn't even like go back to the title screen or anything. I mean, it truly is already in the game. It's just waiting for you to like activate it. Oh, look at this. The licensed songs, and I say license in a perhaps loose manner, but the pop songs aren't even in here, so that's cool. All right. So I'm just gonna bail on it for a second.
Hit me!
Oh, I do have one other thing to say. So obviously the 6 new like I was saying, the 6 new songs that are in this game, they're all like pop songs, but they're all covers of them. And so I have this thing, I realize that, these are the type of covers where it's like, okay, you want to have the song, but you don't want to pay for the real one, so you make one that sounds like it, and I guess presumably it's cheaper. And in that realm, these covers are all right. I mean, they sound decent. They're not bad. I've definitely heard worse covers in DDR. But that being said, like me personally, I have this thing about covers. I think covers that just sound basically identical to the original song are a waste of time. Like, there's no point to it. Again, I understand if you're trying to like do it to save money for licensing in something like a game or a production or something like that. Yeah, I guess maybe that makes some sense. But as far as like, if I'm an artist that's going to get, a song on the radio or something like that, and I want to cover some, popular song or whatever, I feel like if that cover sounds identical to the original, it's a waste of time. What was the point? Like, that's karaoke. And don't get me wrong, I love karaoke. But, it's like I don't really see the point in producing an identical sounding track. If you're gonna cover it, make it your own. Do something with it. Turn it into a rock song, or turn it into a country song, or sing it differently, or rearrange it, or do something. Because otherwise it's just like, why would I listen to your version when it literally sounds identical to the other version, to the original? Like, who cares? But that's just my opinion. So, what, they were terrible songs in DR Talk. That's techno versions of Dooley. So I mean, like, that's fine. Like, if you change the style and make it sound, markedly different, then yeah, great. And then, like, whether it's good or not is a separate subjective judgment. But to me, it's like, at least if your cover is significantly different than whatever it was that you were covering, it's like, okay, it's worth my time to listen to, whether it's good or not. But if it's identical, it's just like, who cares? I don't want it. I don't need this. All right. So I guess I'm sticking to hard. And what did I determine? This is the speed. Okay. And then you just do it again. Okay. Spiffy. So moving on.
Feel buzzed like I did last week.
Also, I noticed that the audio in this is kind of overdriven, similar to Extra, but not quite as bad.
The boy said he wants some gin and juice, but I really don't wanna feel buzzed like I did last week. I must stay keep, cause talk is cheap. I like Angela, Pamela, Sandra, and Rita. And as I continue, you know they're getting sweeter. So what can I do? I really thank you, my lord. To me, flirting is just like a sport. Anything come, it's all good. Let me jump in and send hit my trumpet. A little bit of Monica in my life, a little bit of Erica by my side, a little bit of Rita is all I need, a little bit of Tina is what I see, a little bit of Sandra in the sun, a little bit of Mary all night long, a little bit of Jessica, here I am, a little bit of you makes me your man. I do want to fall in love with a girl like you. 'Cause you can run and you can hide. You and me gonna touch the sky. Mambo number 5.
And I was just saying, like, that the covers have been pretty decent so far. I guess that one, given that that song has real horns in it, and they just used, you know, obviously, kind of a cheap synthesizer for that. That wasn't the best. But, you know, it's alright, I guess. Alright, last one. Here we go. I see that they kind of copied the style of the music video as well.
I'll be coming for your love, okay. So needless to say, I delay, but I feel it's turning away. Slowly learning that life is okay. Say after me, so much better to be safe than sorry.
Anyway, let me just do some stuff to round this out. How about good old Beethoven virus? Because spins, that's why. Good stuff. Such a fun game.
Yeah, I know you can.
Oh yeah, so it looks like in the menu here they gave a lot of these songs new new title cards that are in English. Because I know a lot of these have been in Korean up to this point, which of course makes it hard for me to play requests because I don't read Korean. Also, notice there's like no game over. Like, not even a, thank you for playing or any kind of game over screen. It literally is just, here's the final results screen, and then back to the demo loop. Goodbye. So, all right. Well, I guess while we're here, I was going to I guess I can switch over to the Prex, which again is basically the exact same thing as this, except blue instead of pink, and it has the songs from Extra in it that this one does not have. Otherwise, there's nothing else that's new in it. There was also apparently a Brazilian version of the Premiere that was made that had some licensed Brazilian songs. I was working on trying to get that, or Tiarmazi was working on helping me try and get that going right before the stream started, but I did not finish testing it, so I don't know if it will work or not. There's a good chance that it will not, but I can, if you'll give me just a moment, let me see. Actually, I'm gonna go BRB for just a second, and let me grab that, or see where that's set, and see if that's going to work, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. So I literally just hit burn on this disc. Remember CD burning? Whoa. So we'll see if that's gonna work. In the meantime, let's see. How long is that gonna take? Oh. It actually shouldn't take that long. I was gonna try and put Prex in, but let's wait for that to finish, and then I'll try it first. Is there anything that anybody actually, while I'm here,
Hit me!
I am curious what the double steps for these songs look like. Now maybe I get to look at this not incredibly slow as well.
Think I did it again. I made you believe we're more than just friends. Oh baby, might seem like a crush. It doesn't mean I'm serious. Got to lose all my defenses. That is just so typically me. Ooh, baby, baby, I did it again. I played with your heart, got lost in the game. Ooh, baby, baby, you think I'm in love, that I'm sent from above. I'm not that innocent. I did it again. I played with your heart, got lost in the game. Ooh, baby, baby, you think I'm in love, that I'm sent from above. I'm not that innocent. I did it again. I played with your heart, got lost in the game. Ooh, baby, baby, you think I'm in love, that I'm sent from above. I'm not that innocent.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I know you can.
Sure. I will take a request right now. Is that in Prex or is that in Premiere? It should be in here, yeah? I probably went the long way. There we go. I did go the long way. This one sounds extra gross. Thanks for overdriving the audio.
말해야 할까 다른 사람이 생겼다고 언제나 나만을 위해 나를 아껴준 그대에게 충격이 클 거야 내게 신나로 내 시간도 느끼겠지 하지만 내 맘이 이미 변해버렸고 나도 잘 몰라 내가 왜 이러는지 몰라 알 수가 없어 그렇게 나를 사랑해주는데 왜 내가 흔들리는지 그대가 싫어진 것도 아닌데 정말 난 몰라 알 수가 없어 도대체 사랑이 어떤 거길래 나만을 아껴주었던 그대로 왜 내가 떠나는 건지 Somebody say oh yeah oh yeah
Come on, freak it out, the sensation. Party freak, generate the foundation. Inequality, let's stay together, let's live in harmony.
Good stuff.
Yeah, I know you can.
So it's not that it's not that it's too loud. Like, it's not blowing my ears out. It's that they've got the PC's volume at like maximum, and it's more than that than the audio in the old MK3 can handle, and so it sounds distorted. It's basically they're pushing it over redline. What got asked for? Oh, Beethoven virus. Man, I haven't. I'm trying to decide. I mean, I know I've played the where are you? I know I've played this double, but it's been a minute. But yeah, I was running into the same problem with Extra, and it just seems to be the way that they're running the system on here. Ooh. I do not remember this chart.
Hey, why don't you just get up and dance, man?
Alright. I'm pretty sure I can do that. I just got, like, off for a bit there. Let me see if... this guy's gonna work. And like I said, there is a very good chance this is going to do nothing. But we'll see. Oh. That's vaguely promising. Ooh. Hey. How about that? Well, at least booted. So let's find out If we've got anything interesting in here.
Hit me!
Or if this was just an absolute bust. What the fuck? Okay, so no. Do these work? Oh. So it looks like they work, but I can't see the. Oh. Yeah, okay. Let me give it one reboot and see if that... Because I had this happen in testing earlier today where like things didn't load right and it freaked out kind of like this. But I have a feeling that something about the way I burned this disc is not correct, and that's what's screwing it up.
Hit me!
Because my understanding was that it should have, I think, 7 or 8 additional songs, and that the American licenses should still be there. But this looked like it was trying to replace them, yeah. So yeah, it seems like it's replaced the American licenses with the Brazilian ones, but then they don't actually work. Because it... Wow. Oh, well. Maybe.
Eita vaqueiro destemido, eita cavalo bom de garra. Vai com esse vaqueiro, é bom demais esse cavalo. Eita cavalo bom de garra.
This chart makes sense at least, so I guess this is right.
Logo de manhã cedinho, se escuta alguém dizendo: vim pra derrubar o boi, não vim pra sair tangendo. Não dá bobeira, pega firme no cavalo. Sempre que derruba o boi, fique com a ponta do rabo na mão. Joga pra cima, sai da pista em galope, se vira pro logo todo e diz: derruba boi é pra quem pode. Esse vaqueiro é bom demais, bom demais, bom demais. Esse vaqueiro é bom demais, bom demais, bom demais. Põe esse vaqueiro bom, mas nunca faz o que ele faz.
Esse vaqueiro é bom demais.
Bom demais, bom demais.
Esse vaqueiro é bom demais.
Bom demais, bom demais. Põe esse vaqueiro cozinheiro bom, mas nunca faz o que ele faz.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, I know you can.
Well, let me work my way backward through this list and see if more of these work or if they're gonna crash. So this last one worked.
Para dançar isso aqui é bom. Um movimento sensual. O movimento é bem sexy. O movimento é bem sexy. Já tá chegando o Braga Boys, começa a dançar que é uma bomba. Para dançar isso aqui é bomba. Pra balançar isso aqui é bomba. Para mexer isso aqui é bomba. E a mulherada se joga assim, 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 assim. Todo mundo, uma mão vai na cabeça, uma mão vai na cabeça. O movimento é sexy, o movimento é sexy. Bota a mão nessa cintura, bota a mão nessa cintura. O movimento é sexy, o movimento é sexy. E agora vamos começar devagarinho até embaixo, embaixo, embaixo. Devagarinho até em cima, em cima, em cima. Devagarinho até embaixo, embaixo, embaixo. Devagarinho até em cima, em cima, em cima. Bomba, para dançar isso aqui é bomba. Pra balançar isso aqui é bomba. E a mulherada se joga bomba. E os mamanjos dançando é bomba. Tudo que a rádio já toca é bomba. E na boate já rola bomba. Toda a galera já dança bomba. Por isso pega na cintura e acaba, e acaba, e acaba, acaba, acaba logo. E acaba, 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 acaba logo.
Yeah, I know you can.
So there's supposed to be 8 songs, and there's like 1, 2, 3. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spaces here. So is this? Okay, so that's still pumping up. And that's still run to you. So I think one of them is missing. And obviously these graphics are all missing. Rip. Well, that's cool. Hang on. Let me try one other thing. I don't really expect this to work. I expect this to give me an error. But I could be wrong. I've been wrong about a lot of things today. Alright. Well, let's see. I will pretend I will have the wishful thought that this is going to work, and I'll push the machine back.
Hit me!
Okay, so it's still busted. And we know this one didn't work. So let's try this one.
Pensamento é momento que nos leva à emoção.
Whoa, that just starts right away.
Você precisa saber o que passa aqui dentro. Eu vou falar pra você. Você vai entender a força de um pensamento. Pra nunca mais esquecer. Pensamento é momento que nos leva à emoção. Pensamento positivo que faz bem ao coração. O mal não. O mal não. O mal não. Sempre que para você chegar terá que atravessar a fronteira do pensar. A fronteira do pensar.
E o pensamento é o fundamento. Eu ganho o mundo sem sair do lugar. Eu fui para o Japão com a força do pensar. Passei pelas ruínas e parei no Canadá. Subi o Himalaia pra do alto cantar. Com a imaginação que faz você viajar. Todo mundo, estou sem lenço e o documento. Meu passaporte é visto em todo lugar. Acorda meu Brasil com lado bom de pensar. Defone o pesadelo, pois o bom ainda virá.
Você precisa saber o que passa aqui dentro. Eu vou falar pra você. Você vai entender a força de um pensamento. Pra nunca mais esquecer.
I dig these. Probably just because they're like
I know you can.
new and different to me, anyway. The charts are at least fun, and they gave them real real background animations, so they tried. And so I assume that this whole white box thing is something that I've done wrong. I don't. I mean, we know that this mix is super buggy, but I don't think it's this buggy. I want to give Andamiro the benefit of the doubt that they actually, released this with working, with a working menu and title cards. This short does not seem either sync or maybe right. I guess it's okay. So this one crashed it earlier, I think. Yeah, okay. So that's consistent. Alright, well. So, Xavier, this is the game that you grew up with, the Premiere, or specifically the Brazilian one? If specifically the Brazilian one, maybe you can clue me in on, like, what's broken here. Actually, let me try one more thing. I'm just going to go into the test menu real quick and change a couple settings and get it to, like, rewrite its settings. I'm wondering if the fact that it still has the settings from the other version there, if that's confusing it in some way. We just change some things and see what happens here. Okay. Okay, so no different. And we know that that one in the middle crashes to to the grid pattern, and then this one also crashed. This one I think reset, didn't it? Oh, it's gonna work this time. Okay, well.
Fazendo cerca na fazenda do Rosário. Resto de toco velho mandado pelo vigário. Meu camarada, eu moro aqui do lado. Terreno que tu cerca já tá cercado. Não entendi a assertiva do compadre. Se ele chama o doutor, se é milagre, chama o padre. É muito simples, tu veja ali na frente. Tá vendo um laranjal? Minha cerca passa a rente. Ele que vem, eu pra cá você não vem. Ele que vem, eu conserto a ti também. Ele que vem, eu pra cá você não vem. Ele que vem, te prego também. E de a guerra, tu cerca até o mundo. Então cerca tua filha toda noite aqui no fundo. Martelo, prego, torniquete, com serrote. A cerca de homem cego, quem tem vista dá o bote. Ele que vem, eu pra cá você não vem. Ele que vem, eu conserto a ti também. Ele que vem, eu pra cá você não vem. Ele que vem, te prego também. Ele que vem, eu pra cá você não vem. Ele que vem, eu conserto a ti também.
Yeah, I know you can.
Alright, and I'm in event mode, so it's one song. I'm gonna give that one song in the middle one more try, see if it does anything. But I assume it's gonna crash, and if that's what happens, then we'll go to Prex. Alright. So apparently, that first song just blew up randomly for whatever reason, and this one is just dead. So, oh well, it is what it is. I'll poke around a little bit more on this. I didn't have enough time to do a ton of research or setting up or try to get this to actually work. So if I can, maybe I'll come back and do like a quick stream with the Brazilian stuff. But for now, let's move on to Prex. So, while we're waiting for this to boot, a couple of thoughts from me anyway. So I know that Pump It Up is popular, is very popular in like Latin and South America. But I'm a little bit curious why Brazil got its own like unique version of the game. Of all of the countries that you know are that are in Central and South America, you know, like Brazil is Portuguese speaking versus most of the rest that are Spanish speaking. think there's a couple that are French, if I'm not mistaken. But so I'm wondering what led to them making one specifically for Brazil. Yeah, I mean, I realize that Brazil is also like the largest one, and it's just huge. But I don't know. Maybe they had a contact there. Maybe there was somebody, pulling pulling for the Brazilians to get a special pump. And as far as I know, this is the only. Well, so I know that later versions of Pump had like Latin American versions, but I don't know that they were necessarily specific to Brazil. But I don't know. I don't know for sure. Maybe Brazil is where it's most popular of all of them. But then the other question is, how did that happen? Because, like, technically, the premiere is the first version, the first international dance floor, right? So up to this point, all of the Pump games had been Korea only. Now, I mean, I realize that doesn't really necessarily mean a lot, given how many of the Japanese versions of DDR showed up in the U.S. So it's not like this stuff didn't get out. But I don't know enough beyond just knowing that it is popular in Latin America to know if like it's specifically popular or more popular in Brazil. But that all being said, of the, I guess, 6 songs that I was able to play, the 6 Brazilian songs that I was able to play there, honestly, I think I liked them more than I liked the American licenses. They were better songs, and they were better charts. It was a lot more fun, actually. Hold on, I was gonna... I don't want that. I love that. Is it every menu? It is every menu. Every menu, it's just... Oh, wait. Okay, so the sound test menu obviously resets that, but is it still... Okay, so that resets the audio. I just think it's funny that it's like stuck playing the little intro clip. All right. Anyway, so like I was saying before, this does not have anything, to my knowledge, this doesn't have anything new on it, besides, or anything new that hasn't appeared in another game up to this point. So the Brazilian songs won't be here, but those licenses, the American licenses will be. The American covers, I should say. And then the songs from Extra will be here as well. Yeah. Oh, maybe are the American songs not here? Oh no, there they are. Okay, so it just starts out. So it's got these extra songs from Extra. But since, I've played all of these on previous streams already, there's nothing that I haven't already done. So I'm just going to go ahead and open it up to requests. If there's anything that anybody wants to see, let me know. Give me and if there's a particular mode that you want me to play it in, like doubles or crazy or easy or whatever, let me know. Although be aware that since it doesn't let me change. Oh, you know what I could do? I guess I could put it in. Well, that seems. I was gonna say it doesn't let me change modes mid-game. So, like, if I go into crazy, everything's gonna be crazy, and if I go into hard, everything's gonna be hard. I won't be able to switch back and forth. That doesn't work in this version. But I guess I could switch it to event mode and do single songs and get it done that way if there's specific versions of songs that you would like to see. For reference, I will give you this song list from the of course Pump Haven is gone now, so this is from archive, web archive, but we should be able to pick anything, any of the songs up through the 600s plus the 900s, because the 900s are extra, the extra songs from Extra. And I can see that this, as you can see, the Prex demo loop, a track mode, is just as broken as the Premiere. In fact, broken in the same way. You see, like, nothing is active. But if I put in a credit, boom, now I'm in the game. And hey, Galexian, how to A? I don't know what A. What A? How to A what? And these excruciatingly long load times. CD-ROMs are slow. Although, this feels too slow. Did this crash? I love it. This is terrific. And hey, Gato. And yes, visually this mix looks nice, but functionally it is broken. Can I bail out to the test menu? Nope. Alright, well, reset it is. Although it may have been angry that I started it from the demo. Although that has worked in the past. This is fun. I think this is the most reboots I've done in a stream. Hello, DDR Games. All right. Oh, that is cutting off the edge a little bit. One moment. Boop. There we go. Hello, Lil Ray. All right. So I guess I'm just gonna
Hit me!
I'm just gonna play around a little bit, and if you have some requests, just let me know. But I know it's we haven't been doing requests very much in these pump streams because I've just been playing all of the new songs, and that's been, and that's taken most of the time. But in this case, since there's only 6 songs, and then apparently 8 Brazilian ones, but I was only able to play through 6 of them, so we're already done with all the new content. But I'm going to take a crack at that Beethoven Virus double chart. I don't remember this chart. What is the modern rating on this chart? It seems somewhat difficult. Is everything gonna crash? I swear I did test this before the stream. Hold on, I have a second version of the disc. Maybe that will work better. Or maybe doubles mode is busted. Man, I know I've had tech issues on stream before, but not like this. So, Molko, your comment about the marquee, thank you. I love this marquee as well. To my understanding, they're pretty rare. That they made only I think 40 or 50 of this particular style, and I think they were used when they were. I think it was, since it's not for a specific game. Because this particular style of marquee was used on the SX and the GX cabinets, but by the time we got to the SX and GX cabinets, I think they were already into, like, you know, the Premiere or maybe even later. So there would have been no reason to make a, like, Pump It Up like a First Dance Floor, even though, like, the Pump It Up First Dance Floor marquee didn't really look like this anyway. But they wouldn't have made this the First Dance Floor style for this style cabinet. My understanding is they made these for taking machines to trade shows where they wanted to, you know, just show off, hey, we've got this game, it's called Pump It Up. But not, like, specifically a particular version. So there weren't a lot of them made. And I wanted one for a long time and did not have one, and then finally got one, gosh, I would say after having a pump cabinet for probably, I don't know, 7 or 8 years. Not this specific cabinet. I've actually gone through, I think, 3 pump cabinets. I think this is my 3rd pump cabinet. Is that right? Or is this my 4th pump cabinet? I've already forgotten. Shit. But the reason being, I think this is only my 3rd. The first one I bought with a friend. Like, we split it, but then he ended up taking that cabinet, and so he bought out my share. And so I bought a second cabinet to replace that one with, and then I had an opportunity to buy this cabinet brand new in box, and so I took that opportunity and sold my other cabinet. Anyway, let me okay, everything's good there.
Hit me!
Hey, Adrian, are you actually at round 1 right now and watching this stream? That's so meta. So let me try singles real quick. If this doesn't work, this stream might be over real soon. Okay. interesting. The holds are slightly transparent. That's different.
Yeah, I know you can.
Pump It Up original soundtrack, first and second tracks. Can I buy that? Probably not anymore.
Drop it.
I just got that backwards.
오래오래 기다려왔어 나 또 널 나를 기다려던 너에게 이제야 왔어 너를 외면하면서 지워버릴 수 없었던 거 내게 보이는 너의 그 사랑 오직 그의 사랑을 위해 살겠어 나를 가려본 그 모든 걸 이제는 넘어서 너만을 언제나 너만을 언제나 내 가슴 안에서 사랑하여 네가 보여줬어 그 많은 사랑과 너의 정성은 내 같은 표정 때론 거짓 속에 나는 그저 받았었지 내 앞을 가로막고 서있던 그 모든 위성들은 나에게 씌워진 굴레를 모두 다 벗어버리고 이렇게 나에게 펼쳐진 나의 많은 날들은 이제는 그대와 함께하리 나에게 자유보다 더욱 소중한 걸 이제 나 가르쳐준 너를 난 사랑해
So the transparent holds, they look pretty, but I don't think I like them because I definitely almost missed one because I didn't realize it was there because I was looking right through it, quite literally. They stay like that until Premiere 3? Well, I guess I better get used to it then for a minute. Pump It Up for PC. As I recall, that dance pad for the PC, like the plug on the other end, I don't think that's USB. I think it's like a keyboard, isn't it? Am I right about that? Alright. This has the quad in it, right? Am I going to torture myself? I'm going to try it. Y'all saw me yelp on the last stream because I tried it and I like hurt myself. Did I even hit it? I don't know. I was so busy dealing with
No,
the
you
spin
can't.
before it. Can I do a Pump It Up PC stream? I don't know. I definitely don't have a pad. For it. You know, it occurs to me, the life bar, someone was talking about it
No, you
flickering
can't.
earlier. But what I'm noticing is they're trying to make it look like a VU meter, right? So it's like, you know, hopping up and down like it's a level. But the amount that it bounces up and down is so much that it was oftentimes difficult for me to like glance at it and see like how much life I actually have. And the other thing that's kind of funny about it is, which makes sense for a life bar, you know, it's like going red, orange, yellow, green, and green is at the top, but like for a volume bar, that's backward. Usually you put the red line up at the top, right? Because that's where you're blowing out your levels, and you want to make sure that that's not that you're not making shitty audio. But okay, I'm gonna throw it on double and see if that is maybe what was just broken. Does anyone have any requests? If not, I may just wrap this one up early. I mean, we're at 2 hours now, so it's not like it's been a super short stream, but, you know, a little bit shorter than usual. Okay, so this is working.
Can y'all hear me out there?
Mistake? Okay.
Yeah, I know you can.
That's Guilty Conscience, right? Am I getting that right? This one, right? Yes? Okay. You saw the extra and going to the arcade and the audio that was being so blown out. Yeah. It sounds, if it sounds gross in the stream, it sounds gross to me in here too. And it's just, unfortunately, that's just the way it is. It gets fixed later, like later in the series when it appears. But like this, at least like extra premiere time, they've just got the sound system, the PCs sound just overdriven. And some of the songs, the ones that are like right at the edge, it just pushes them over the edge, and it's just like all the bass sounds splatty, some of the hits sound distorted, everything's just kind of gross. Alright, I wanted to try oh, thanks for that request, by the way. That's definitely one of my faves. It's a good song. Alright, I wanted to try this again because I failed it earlier. And I feel like I can do it, but I did not. So, it's redemption time, or double down death time. I don't know, one of the two. Man.
Hey, why don't you just get up and dance, man?
I'm sure, like, I can read it, and I just am not doing it right today. What the heck? I will get you. I'll get you eventually. Maybe not today. Oh, this is so big. Sounds like a didgeridoo. It's so low. Did I ever see the Eraser mission on NX2? If I did, I have forgotten about it. I am looking forward to getting up to those games, though. Shoot, I feel like I could probably do a whole stream of nothing but like mission mode, because there's so much there, and so much of it is just like completely bonkers. Beethoven Virus Freestyle non-step all combo? Fuck off. No, thank you. Also, if that's considered a freestyle chart, good lord, guys. Anyhow, so yeah, I'm good to like poke around a little bit more on here.
Hit me!
I'm gonna throw it back in. I'm gonna keep it in doubles because I like them. Hello? I love this game. It's so polished. Not a single bug. The user experience is absolutely perfect. Can you put the speed code in here? You can, yay. One Night by DJ Duck. Is it on this one? I don't know. Let's find out. I don't think it is. I think this is too early for that. Yeah, too early. Oh, you know, didn't somebody ask me for this in the extra stream, but I couldn't get to it because I wasn't good enough? Because it was like a secret song or something crazy like that. Oh, that's gonna be too hard. This is too much for me. I could try it as a single, though. Hey, why don't you just get up and dance, man?
Hit me!
Although even that, it seems awfully fast. Is it only on crazy? Let's see. I hope not. But I think it is. Well, that explains a lot. Okay, hold on.
Hit me!
I love that you can't change modes. It's the best thing. So I was saying that the Premiere was the first game that I played, and that's true. But like, Exceed 2 is where I really started playing regularly, and I definitely, like, Exceed 2, and then 0 had a pretty different interface, and then NX had a pretty different interface from that, and then, God, where did they introduce the menu? Was that in Fiesta, or was that in Prime? But I feel like the interface changed a lot in those, like, through those games. And I like where they've landed. I'm very used to like modern Pump, and I find it, relatively easy to navigate. But man, coming back to some of this old stuff, it's a struggle. Oh, jeez. Thanks for all the triples. Jesus. Yeah, that's a lot. Good Lord. 2010 Fiesta. Okay, yeah. The funny thing is, when the menu, sorry. When the menu debuted, like, I started using it and I liked it, but sorry, let me catch my breath for a second. Cool. I don't know what this counting was, but anyway, when they introduced the option menu, right? Oh, I have had this chair in the frame this whole time. That's terrible. I'm sorry. But yeah, I used it, and but I've noticed that lately, like when I go to play Double X, I don't really use it anymore. I guess it's still easier for me to just, like, the only thing I really do is just enter a speed code, and it's almost always 2x and that's it. So it's almost easier for me to just do that than it is to, go into the menu and pick all that stuff out. I was using it for a little while to get like half speeds and stuff like that, but I don't know, I kind of gave up on it. Basically, 90% of DDR I play on 1.5, and 90% of pump I play on 2x, and that's just it. So it's good enough. But I don't find myself using the mod menu that much anymore. I like that it's there, and I suppose it would be easier to do it with the cabinet buttons, but I'm so used to not using cabinet buttons on pump that I often forget they're there. And also on the LX cabs, since they're so huge and the stage is quite far away from them usually, I always feel like it's almost a walk. You know, it's like you gotta walk up there to do it. Where it's like I'm already standing on the stage, I can just, you know, punch in a stomp code and be done. Be on my merry way. DDR games, what is my favorite car? Geez, I guess whatever they're driving in the videos of Eurobeat songs, whatever the girls are driving in the videos of Eurobeat songs in 2DX. That's a callback from like 2 years ago. But anyway, you rarely see people using the cabinet buttons. I mean, my thought with the cabinet buttons is that probably newer players use them, especially if they're coming over from DDR, because that's what they're used to. But like older players, they don't, like I said, like for myself, I'm used to not having them, so I don't even really think about them most of the time. But wow, thanks for your spam, person. But goodbye. Let's get rid of that. Anyway, yeah, and I did do I did a whole series on 2DX on YouTube. I played through, amusingly, I played through all of the PlayStation 2 versions, so third style through Empress, but using the cabinet as the controller. So that was a whole series. That also included Beatmania US. But the only arcade Beatmania that I've done on stream so far was the link between Beatmania second style and DDR, or Beatmania 2DX second style and DDR club version. DDR club version 2, I guess. And that's actually one of my most popular streams. Like it pretty much lives in my top 10 list as far as views, even to this day, even though it's now like 2 years old. I guess people keep watching it. I think mostly because like it's such a rare thing. Very few people, like there's very little video of that working at all. So if you're looking for it, you're likely to find mine. Unfortunately, gosh, that was one of my very early streams, and I did not have a lot of the equipment that I have now. I didn't have a lot of the knowledge that I have now, or the experience that I have now, and some of it technically is a little bit rough. The audio especially is a little bit rough on that stream, and I would love to have an opportunity to redo it sometime, but I don't know. Don't know when that's going to happen. And actually, funny thing. Oh, before I get too far gone from that, though, the callback was that if you remember in 2DX, almost all of the Eurobeat songs, the video was of like girls in racing suits, you know, like doing like street racing. So the joke was girls driving cars. So like every time somebody would request, you know, a Eurobeat song, or I'd play a Eurobeat song, I'd be like, this better have girls driving cars. And they almost always did. So that was the callback. But anyway, I'm actually just about ready here in the next couple of weeks to redo the basement. I'm getting new carpet. You can see kind of in if you saw the stream where I talked about this before, I apologize, but I'll go ahead and do it again real quick. If you can see, I've got like this kind of beige Berber carpet down here, and then there's like wood flooring. You know, you can see just the edge of it over here. But I'm taking all of the old flooring out because it's like 18 years old now, and it's starting to get a little bit worn, and it's also very boring. And also, because the middle section of the basement is this wood, and then the outer wings of the basement, the outer sides of the basement are the carpet. I've got this transition strip that runs the front to back on the basement, basically, that separates the carpet from the wood. It's fine, but it makes it hard to place some machines because I don't want to put the machine where it's like sitting across the two types of floor. Because if you look, for instance, here, I've got the back of the stage like right up against the transition strip, because I don't want it to be over the line. Plus, I've got a door right here so that I didn't want to block. But the unfortunate thing about that is it means that like this space between the cabinet and the stage is a lot less than I would normally prefer. So I'm hoping if I replace all of the flooring in the basement with one type of floor, contiguous, then that will allow me to arrange machines a little bit more flexibly, where I'm not having to worry about this like artificial barrier. But also, here is a sample of the carpet that I'm getting. You can probably see it better in the overhead camera, maybe. Well, you can see it with trying to get it into the light. It's actually blacklight reactive. I'm not going to turn the black lights on. I don't have them down here right now, but we're going to go with this carpet because it'll be a lot more fun. But anyway, once I get this installed, I'm probably going to rearrange the basement, and I have not quite decided yet if I'm going to keep DDR and 2DX next to each other the way they are right now. It used to be actually 2DX lived here where the pump machine is now, and pump was directly next to DDR over that way. That was actually a better setup most of the time, but when I wanted to do that stream between 2DX and DDR, the link I swapped pump and 2DX, and it's lived like that ever since. And I don't know if I'm going to keep it that way or not. The other thing too, though, is it could possibly be, even if I don't keep them next to each other, I could potentially temporarily move them next to each other when I for such a stream, like not keep them together most of the time, but if I was going to do that stream, I could move them. The big deal is this little alcove back here. I know you can't really see it, the rest of it, but this space here where pump is the smallest part of the basement. It's just I want to say it's probably maybe 12 foot by 12 foot square, this little chunk, and I'm probably going to repurpose this area for all of my non-music games, all of the 2 drivers and the couple of joystick and the few joystick and key and button games that I've got, like more regular standard cabinets. I think they're going to live back in this alcove, and that'll put pump and 2DX out on the other side of the basement. The reason that matters is there's this bulkhead here. You can you can see just the corner of it right here in this view. but there's a bulkhead that runs the width of the basement, going from here all the way to the other side. It's about 4 feet wide and sits down about a foot from the ceiling, so it's a little bit lower. So, for instance, if the marquee part of pump is higher than this bulkhead, so if I wanted to move pump from this side of it to the other side, I'd have to take the marquee off before I could push the machine over, even though the machine's on wheels. That's not that big of a deal, but 2DX has that great big metal arch and everything, and that has to come off in order to move it to the other side. So and that's a much bigger deal to like disassemble all of that, because it's got the big speaker box on top with all the neon lights and everything that weighs like, I don't know, 60 pounds or something like that. And it's 60 pounds that's, like this wide above your head. So it's not so much that it's heavy, but it's very awkward to try and move it by yourself. So I always have to get somebody, to help me with that. But in this case, when I rearrange the basement, both of those machines for sure are going to be on the other side of this bulkhead. So if I did want to move them next to each other temporarily, it wouldn't be as big of a hassle. It would just be, pushing it. Because they're both on wheels, and it's not that big of a deal then. But anyway, sorry. Getting back to the chat. You have a question: how do people use Konami EMUs and game cards on DDR cabinets? Do they make a Konami account first or use the game card first? So that is actually one big difference between EMUs and AM Pass. You don't need to make an account first. You can, like whatever arcade that you're at, you can just go up to the counter, buy a card. In Japan, often they have vending machines, but usually in the US, you go to the counter and you buy a card, and you can walk immediately to the machine and card in, start your game, and you can do the whole sign-up process on the cabinet itself. You set your name and your region and your PIN code and all of that stuff, right there at the cabinet. And then later on, you can take your card and you can go to your phone or your computer or whatever, and you can go to the EMU's website and do things and basically register your account online. But all of your settings will already be there, and then you can just change them and look at your records and all of that stuff online. AM Pass for Pump It Up is different though, because, and I learned this the hard way, you have to, once you buy the card, you have to register it online first before you card in at the machine. If you just take a blank new card or whatever and try and card in on the machine, it doesn't work. It doesn't do anything. And it's kind of funny because a friend of mine gave me an AM Pass card. I want to say it was like 20. I think it was I think the design of it is the first version of Prime 2, 2017, I think, right? Because Prime 2 was 2017, and then 2018 they refreshed it, and then XX. But anyway, so just to give you an idea of how long ago he gave me this card, it was, like I said, 2017 Prime 2, and I took it with me to the arcade. Well, so I don't live near an arcade that has a current pump machine. Anyway, so I have to go up to Chicago, which is like 3 hours away. So it took me a few months before I ended up going up there. And I brought my card with me, but I didn't know that you had to register at first. So I tried to use it in the machine, and it's like, well, no way. And I was like, bummer. And so I came home and I put the card away, and I kept forgetting about it actually. And so I finally registered that card this month. So like 5 years later. On it might have actually been last month in June. I was going to go up to to Chicago, and I was like, ooh, I should take my card with me, and it was only because I happened to be playing Pump, on stream, so it was like top of mind, and I was like, oh yeah, I guess I should register this card, and so I registered it, and then I, went up there, and everything worked, but, yeah, that was a long way around. You're in the garage? Oh man. How your garage I think is a lot more comfortable than mine is, Dad. I think one wall of my garage is insulated, and the other one is not. So my garage is definitely quite hot in the summer and quite cold in the winter, and honestly, I do not want to spend any amount of time in there if I can avoid it. So the idea, are you asking me for help mounting a TV? That I can do for you, but the idea of sitting in my garage and watching TV, at least in my garage, that's a no-go. All right. Well, are there any more requests? It looks like I've kind of chit-chatted my way into the 2.5 hour mark. So this is turning out to be a pretty close to normal length stream, even though I pretty much ran out of content, within the first hour. But I don't mind, continuing to play for a little bit longer. You think these janky games have run their course? Alright. They are certainly janky. Honestly, going up through, starting at the very beginning of Pump and all the things that I'd heard about early Pump, I was expecting things to be kind of a disaster, and it's all been relatively smooth. We had some syncing issues, but that was due to hardware problems, hardware incompatibilities, so to speak, with CD-ROM drives. But for the most part, the games have been relatively stable and they've worked. This has been the first one that's just been actually broken to the point where it's crashing and doing bizarre things on, live. I wonder how much of a problem this one was in I guess I'm doing this, in actual arcades at the time.
장거리가 내게 이런 끝까지 어디가나 끊어와 날 오가
such a weird edit.
Yeah, I know you can.
Can we get wish you could find? Yes. And or move your head. Uh-oh. See what I mean? Like, this had to have happened in arcades at the time. Like, just shit just breaks. So, like, what happens if I pick this? Does it crash? Basically, yes. Because I think
Hit me!
we're in this, like, limbo zone where you... Yeah, now it's like... Oh, we've purged all these assets. Goodbye. You get white boxes. Ooh, what is this 5? What does that mean? Oh, is that the level? And... Oh, it's getting even more corrupt. Look at these. These are all, like, fucked up now. Hold on, let's make it worse. Plus... Oh, wait, I guess this is select your mode, right? So this is, like, hard. Okay, yeah, and then this is the song menu. That makes sense. So, you said, what does Prex even mean? You know, I thought, oh, look, it actually is getting more corrupt. So I thought the same thing. I didn't know what Prex meant either, but it turns out Prex is Premiere plus Extra. Prex. So, because the Prex took Premiere's songs and then added the extra songs to it from Extra, and you get Prex. So that's apparently what Prex means. But I actually have this joke with Tiramazi, because NX was, you know, like New Genesis, but it's New Zenesis, like X. They replaced the G with an X, and because calling the mix, you know, NG would be not great, right? Not good. But hold on, let me reset this thing. But the joke that I have with Tiramazi is like, you just can't go around replacing anything with X. So, replacing any letter with X. So definitely in his phone, my name is Brian Ho, except except it's XRIANXO, because apparently you can just replace any letter with X. Okay. I just don't really understand, like, how they got this game so busted. Because it's not like... It's not like it's radically different from Perfect Collection. I don't think. And Perfect Collection wasn't this screwed up. Or was it? And I've already forgotten. Have I blocked that memory? Okay, what am I looking for? Wish you could find. we go. I do kind of like that it's a simple speed code, but it's almost too simple. It's too easy to like do it by accident.
세상이 날 속여도 그때가 날 버려도 내 실패는 한 번뿐 할 수 있는 모든 걸 던져봐 세상에 멈춰진 나에게 소중한 네가 필요해 언제나 네 안에 살겠어 영원히 너를 사랑해
I know you can.
And then move your head. Where is it? Oh, there it is. I like that they replaced the menu selections, but the title card is still in green. Son of a bitch.
박수.
Yes. Premiere plus
I
extra.
know you
Prex.
can.
Sorry, I didn't even go for that quad. I saw it and I cried a little bit on the inside.
말했던 마
I guess I'm doing this one.
I know you can.
Oh, no extra. No bonus stage. Yeah, I was just thinking that too. That the next the next games should be way better. Because how many new songs are in them? A lot, right? Like 30 something songs new to Rebirth, Premiere 2, and I think I'm not wrong, right? Like it makes sense to combine Rebirth, Premiere 2, Prex 2 all together in one stream as well, right? Oh yeah, changing modes. Imagine that. Remember when we got to split difficulties between two players too? I think that happened in 0. But is there a specific order that I should go in, do you think? Rebirth and then Premiere 2, or Premiere 2 and then Rebirth? My understanding is that Rebirth and Premiere 2 basically were simultaneous release. In the order. What's the order? In the order when you mentioned. So Rebirth first. Okay. Because and Rebirth is basically the same thing as Premiere 2, correct? Just like it was the local Korean version of Premiere 2 that was then the international version, right? Oh, Rebirth is new content only. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Okay. Cool. Well, I am looking forward to it. But I think for now, let's close this one out. We'll put poor Premiere Prex to bed because it's clearly tired. Premiere and Prex 3 will be worth combining. Yeah, that was kind of my thought, that the Premieres and the Prexes kind of all went together. And that'll move me along a little bit quicker too, because I'm definitely excited to get into, like more modern pump. I feel like the modern pump era really starts with like Exceed. Maybe that's just, you know, like my prejudice, because I'm my bias, because that's where I started really playing, was like the Exceed 2 area, but it also seems to be like where the game really came into its own and stopped being as like broken. But so, all right. So with that, thanks as always for joining me on this one. Once you hit Exceed 2 and 0 is when it gets good. Yeah. Well, like I said, the premiere was the first one that I ever played, but it was like kind of in isolation, and then it wasn't until a few years later that when I played Exceed and then Exceed 2 very quickly after it. I did play Exceed first, but then Exceed 2 within like just a month or two after that, and that is when I really started playing Pump in earnest. So that's definitely like where I'm going to start becoming a lot more familiar with the game, and a lot of like a lot of nostalgia there for me, for sure. Exceed is jank, but it's better than this. I just remember, God, there's what is it? Exceed has that. It has that Pink song, "Get the Party Started." Isn't that in Exceed? And it's like, or is that in like Premiere 3 or Prex 3 or something like that? And like the chart is just like absolutely ridiculous, like something like that. That's Prex 3? Okay. I thought there was something. There's something I thought there was something unique to Exceed that's like a broken chart that's just way, way too hard, and then got like either fixed or removed in Exceed 2. But I could be remembering wrong. It's been a long time ago. But, and you're talking about Exceed still feels like an MK3 game. Actually, I believe Prex 3, there is an MK5 version of it. Because the MK5 came out in that time, and so they made a separate build for it. But I will still be playing them all on the 3. You have the 5 version of Premiere 3? Sweet. Shake It Up and One Love were nerfed. Okay. Well, we will get there soon enough. But for now, I'm going to close this one out. Thanks again, as always, for joining me. And I will be back next time, I guess, with Rebirth, Premiere 2, Prex 2. So, triple feature. Holy crap. But until then, I hope you all have a great weekend, and however long until I see you again. So, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.